Yeah, I was reading this interview with that Ryan Hemsworth did once, and he was talking about how he appreciates the position he's in because he kind of did these things and made these sort of certain choices and sacrifices to not have to be in a certain like bigger industry, even if it would have made, even if it kind of may have been in conflict of him getting bigger, but because he can keep to himself more and be more to himself and like have creative freedom,
Hmm.
it puts him in like a better position than those other
Yeah.
people. So yeah, again, it's like perspective, like having like I feel like us three, um, we have a lot of freedom when it comes
Yeah.
to what we are able to do at the end of the day, and that's something that um, not a lot of artists bigger than us might
Mm-hmm.
have all the time.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. There's definitely pros and cons, right? Like, there's definitely like give and take, sometimes the
Yeah.
bigger you are, the bigger your team, there's more like levels, there's more like things to think about, and that's fine, and also
Hmm.
if you're someone who has a smaller audience or just working like solo, you're afforded this sort of like nimbleness, the ease of like pivoting to wherever your creativity takes you, sort of thing. And none is better than the other. I feel. It just so happened that I guess for us three, I think that it's
Yeah,
easier for us to operate in that way versus
that's
a
true.
bigger team. I did have. I think the most I had. I think the biggest team that I had was like a manager, and then like a marketing guy, and then an agent.
Hmm.
At one time, and that was like big for me. And it's so interesting how there's all these like different layers of like, oh, should we approve this? Should we go for this? And it's still like, you know
That's true.
if it was just me, I was like, oh, I want to do that and I don't want to do that, but it's
It's true.
harder
It's
because like these people around you who are helping you, are also, making a living out of your music. And for me, it's like, if you're working with me, if we're working together, I want for you to be okay as well, and so it's
yeah.
such a tension, and I found that, and I'm not saying, that I would never, but I think at this point it's a little challenging for me to actually operate in that way.
I think it's like I like looking at it like play styles in video games. It's like choosing your character class. And it's like some people would choose the sort of major label character class
Yeah.
while we choose the sort of like underground DIY character class. And for some people it works. It works for some people, and some people really enjoy that. But I guess for us, this is sort of like the formula or the just the recipe that we prefer.
Yeah. Yeah.